Hello and welcome to English Capsules. Today's capsule, how do you say? Get your coffee ready and let's get started.
Okay, so hello everyone. Today we're going to speak about a topic which is funny in a way. It is about some words in Spanish that don't have a translation into English. I mean, like a literal translation.
Yeah, so to clarify, we are not going to find the answers to these questions
No.
which most of our students ask. Yes, I think it's completely the opposite. It's like saying these words only exist in Spanish, and whatever type of translation or paraphrasing that we come up with in English is not a perfect equivalent for them.
Yes, exactly. So there is like a close translation, actually an equivalent, but in many of the cases, we have to paraphrase. It's not something that is direct. And in many cases, it is not only one word.
No, sometimes you need to come up like with a whole phrase, like you're more describing what you're doing rather than saying what you're doing.
And maybe, as we know, language is always like a reflection of culture. In many cases, many of these words are not going to exist at all. Maybe we can explain what they mean, but maybe people from other cultures are not going to understand completely what we are talking about.
That's true. I hadn't thought of that. But yeah, you're probably right. Like we normally use them in our contexts, which doesn't mean that in a different context the same words are going to work. Actually, we have some on this list that here in Spain, some people wouldn't know what they mean.
Exactly. So we're going to start with nouns. And the first one, I think that to illustrate this, what we were saying about the culture and the context and words that exist maybe in Argentina and not in many other countries of the world, one of these words is sobremesa.
Okay, so that one here exists.
And for those people who don't know what sobremesa is or who want to know how to express this in English, actually this is referred to a time, to a moment, particularly after having lunch. Or, well, dinner, I don't know if dinner, maybe also.
Mostly use it after lunch.
After lunch, I think. So it involves that you have lunch and then you start like speaking. Many people drink tea, many people drink a coffee, many people in Argentina drink mate. Yeah, right after eating lunch, you can start talking, and then it's like you can be sitting down for many hours, I would say. Maybe you start drinking mate, and then you look at the watch, and it's already 5, and you go to get mate ready one more time in order to continue drinking mate and to have like a snack in the afternoon.
Yes, some people here joke that sometimes you start lunch, then you do sobremesa, and when you realize it's dinner, so you're heating the leftovers in order to have dinner.
Yes. But this happens usually, I would say, at weekends where people are more relaxed, that you don't have to go to work, kids don't have to go to school. So
You have the
usually
time.
Sundays, you have this time to talk in a relaxed way.
I think also a key factor regarding sobremesa is that, as the name suggests, you are still sitting at the table. It's not like you move into the living room or something. You are all the time sitting in the same spot.
And in many cases, you, I don't know, take the dishes to the place where you're going to wash it. You don't wash them. You come back to the table. You continue talking, and maybe the glasses are still there, the drinks, the bread, the whatever. You don't clean the table, I mean.
Okay, one that I am asked often is puente. but
Okay.
not as in a bridge over a river, but puente meaning like you have a super long weekend. So, for example, the past weekend for us here in Madrid, it was puente because you had not only Monday, but also Tuesday.
Okay, 2 days. Okay.
Yes. So I know that there is an expression that is close in meaning in English that is used that is bank holidays.
Okay.
That's the one I have found. But it's not the exact same thing, right?
I don't think so. No. For me, it isn't.
And in Argentina, it probably has a different meaning when you have puente.
No, because when you have feriado puente, it means that what you were saying, it's like actually the actual holiday is on Tuesday, for example, and you have the weekend, Monday as this holiday, as an extension of the holiday, and then the real holiday is on Tuesday.
Ah, okay. Well, but you add a day that was actually not a holiday. Here we call puente, but it's actually a holiday. They are not moving any dates. That's the difference.
In English, like I'm checking in the calendar by Google, and it says bridge public holiday.
Really?
For example, in this case, this year, the 26th of May is going to be a bridge public holiday because the actual holiday is on the 25th, which is a Thursday.
I had never heard that one before.
The following expression that we have is anteayer. It is only one word in Spanish, anteayer, but if you have to say it in English, you have to say the day before yesterday. Like you need a lot of words.
Yes,
it's like a whole explanation, I would say, more than one word.
I think that in order to economize, you can go and say like last Wednesday because that's the easiest way.
Yeah, it's faster.
But that one came up this week during one of my classes, and I was like, okay, let me think. So I was like a few minutes, and then I came up with the day before yesterday because it's not very common to use it in English, actually.
It's easier to say the day, and that's all.
Okay, so the last one that we have in our list is vergüenza ajena. So this one, if we have to explain the meaning, would be that someone is doing something super stupid. I don't want to say silly because silly sounds milder. So it's like someone is doing something really stupid and you feel ashamed for them.
They don't care about what is happening, but you do. So you feel embarrassed in a way.
Yeah.
Because of the other person. I think that this applies not only to actions, but to comments.
And sometimes this is also related to how a person looks. Yes, like sometimes someone is wearing something too flashy or I don't know, exuberant probably. You are like, okay, vergüenza ajena.
What we have to clarify here is that the person doing the action or wearing these clothes or saying the comment, whatever, they don't care.
No.
You are the problem. You are the one who cares, and you're feeling embarrassed because of them. Yeah.
So I think we can invite our audience to go into our Instagram account, The English Capsules, right? And you can leave us a comment under our post for this episode, giving us other examples of words that you have found very hard to translate. So we also had the other way around, let's say. Yes?
Yes, the other way around.
So these are words that exist in English, but they don't have a translation or a good translation into Spanish, right?
Yeah. So these are words, as Virgi was saying, these are words that exist in English, and in Spanish they don't have an equivalent, or the equivalent is not so good. One that I have is toe.
I had never thought of toe. Like when you mentioned it before, I was like, oh, there's not a translation for toe.
Actually, what we can say is that in Spanish we have dedos de la mano, dedos del pie, but the word is the same, dedos.
Yes.
In English, they have fingers if they are speaking about their hands, and then they have toes if they're speaking about their feet.
Okay, one that I like, and probably we both have felt this since we were studying in a different city from the one that we were born, or where our family was, is homesick.
And actually, it's only one word, homesick. Maybe we can say that it is like made up of two words in a way.
It's a compound, yes.
It's a compound. So there isn't an equivalent, one word equivalent in Spanish. The translation that we can give to this is I miss my home.
Yeah.
Or I am here in this place, but I would love to be
somewhere else.
Yes, in my place.
Okay, any other word that you want to highlight?
Yeah, here we have the word lock, L-O-C-K, lock. This is an expression English people use to say lock the door, for example. This means that you are going to close the door and then lock it. Lock means poner llave. Right?
We were discussing this with trancar or poner la llave, echar la llave.
We can say in Spanish, cerrar la puerta, but actually if you think of cerrar la puerta, it means close the door. But that doesn't involve locking the door.
So if you don't want burglars coming into your house, probably you want to lock the door. Okay, so one word that I'm a big fan, big fan, and probably because of a song, is crush.
It's like when you really like someone and maybe you like the person and nothing happened between you two.
Yeah,
it's like, I don't know, you have a crush on someone and that someone maybe doesn't even know who you are.
So we don't have a translation for crush. Like in Spanish, what do you call this? Interés romántico.
It's a really bad translation. No, I would say I like someone. Me gusta someone. I don't know. But it isn't the same.
It's not the same. So you see that this happens both ways. We have words in Spanish that is impossible to translate, and we have words in English that are impossible to translate either.
Yeah. That's why, and here comes the teaching point. That's why, as teachers, we are always advising our students not to translate literally everything, because it doesn't make any sense. Many times you have to find an equivalent of what you want to say. The meaning has to be similar, but maybe in many words, the literal translation doesn't apply. Okay, so before we go, remember to subscribe if you haven't done it yet. Give love to our content and spread the word to help our channel grow.
Also remember that you can rate our episodes and comment on each capsule. Activate the bell so that you know when our next capsule is out. And take a look at the description and our Instagram account to take more advantage of our content.
Okay, so that's all for today. Bye for now.
Bye.